guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ace. We're playing SnowRunner on hard mode. And in the last episode we finished the harbor delivery, which was quite entertaining, I think. This episode's going to be a little short. I got about 30 minutes, so we're going to try and get done as much of the which mission here? Not super order. Out with the old. I gotta accept that. Alright, so we're probably gonna end up getting this down to the other map. And maybe we'll also pull out the well, as we pass by we'll definitely pull out the here, I'm gonna pass through here because going around is only good for the vehicle with the trailer. So in real life it's been snowing a lot on my route, so yeah, it's been interesting. Had a truck right in front of me almost jackknife. Luckily, I had enough space in between him and me that I was able to slow down before I hit the icy patch that he hit. Okay, this is where I mess up every time, I think. Yeah, I gotta go left. It looks like there's a road that kind of goes to the right, but that leads nowhere. Try and avoid the... Okay, there's a... See that that stump right there? Let's try and avoid that. Of course, my truck doesn't want to turn. So I already got the trailer out of the harbor, and it's on the way to Smithville. So I'll probably be able to grab it and take it down the mountain pass, and possibly I'll be able to get the White Western Star out of the quarry. You know, I still don't know where I'm supposed to get the cement from. I suppose I'll figure it out once. Maybe the cement comes from the drilling site, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I mean, there is kind of a requisite that you have to complete that first, right? Top the tanks off here at the fuel station. I don't think this will be the last of the gas for this tanker, but I think I've come up with a solution for the flaming barrels mission. And when I get closer to doing that, I'll explain it to you. But yeah, I think it could possibly very well work. 185 liters left in that thing. I'm gonna end up taking that back at some point, but well, once it's empty, it really doesn't serve any purpose up here. But it's gonna be a little rough once I have to do a couple missions up here that are... I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Maybe I'll drive the scout fuel trailer up to this area. Haven't fully decided yet what I'm going to do there. I could take a ramp flatbed and take a scout and the fuel trailer, or maybe just the fuel trailer, because there is a scout on this map already. And that way I'd have both up here. Because I can use the ramp flatbed for taking the cargo off the ship. It might be a little difficult to get it out to the ship, but I think it'll tip less than the semi-trailer, and maybe even be easier to load. I also have to make sure I get a semi-trailer back to Smithville. So I have to figure that one out. I obviously want it to be a sideboard trailer because that's what I'm going to try. That's what I'm going to, air quotes, take to the next map. It'd be nice if you could keep these big flatbeds afterwards, but alright, that is not even close. Missed it by that much. Name that reference in the comments below. Missed it by that much. I don't know if that's an exact quote. It's probably not exact. But it's in the spirit. All right. What the heck is going on with this truck? Come on. Am I stuck on something? What am I stuck on? Nothing. I'm not stuck on anything. Just don't have enough power, I guess. Man, how stupid is that? Sorry. Of course, this doesn't have the biggest engine in it, but man, as well as it does in the mud sections, which is almost every mud section that this thing goes through, it really struggles at just pulling its own weight up a little hill. And a rock, forget about it, forget about it. Let's get her in gear. Let's get it going. See if I can, yeah, okay. My camera wasn't allowing me to go down because the trailer was in the way. So I just moved it over a little bit so I can look forward. I'm looking forward to this journey. Thank you very much. I'll be here all night. Well, maybe not. Alright, let's try and... Alright, we are a little bit stuck on the railing, I think. So, son of a gun, we're gonna have some fun in the bayou. Alright, let's see, where is the winch point? Right there. And you're not gonna reach, are you? You son of a gun. You son of a gun. Alright. Let's try this again. Alright. Is that the rearmost? Can't tell because... No, it's not the rearmost. That's the rearmost. Alright, let's put it in. Alright. That was kind of unprofessional of me, but... Getting stuck on the railing. I should know better. I was too busy making a pun. Yeah, the one sucky thing about driving in the snow is in order to keep your wiper blades from turning into ice cubes, you have to turn the defroster on max full blast, like hairdryer mode. And it's like, I don't know, it dries you out pretty good. It's like you feel like a dehydrated raisin by the end of the shift. Let's see if we can get a better view. Alright, so we're just gonna take this down this highway road. Nothing crazy. I know that there's shortcuts, but there's no shortcut that's even remotely possible with this thing. So I still don't know where that road goes. Looks like there's a little house down there though. Now that it's daytime. Let's try not to get caught up on that railing there, and same with this J-wall. I think I bounced off the railing a little bit. That's one thing I think it's pretty hard in this game, is to get a sense of where your trailer is, because there's no real good camera view. I mean, I guess you could go back to this one, right? But then you kind of can't see your truck, right? Oh. That in-cab view is okay, but I mean, obviously I should probably do way better in camera view, but once again, you can't see your mirrors easily, so. And in real life, you can move around, right? So when I look into my mirror, I don't just look dead on into my mirrors, right? I move around, I kind of take it all in. Because I can move my head quite a lot, right, from my seat, and I can see some of my blind spots, and then I have my spot mirrors that also help. They distort the image a little bit, so you kind of got to get used to that distortion. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but once you've done enough, it becomes like almost second nature. Alright, so here's what I think is a tricky part, but well, most people think it's a tricky part. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick to the very edge, and this should bring my trailer at least mostly on the bridge. If not, maybe a little bit on the wooden path. I mean, not wooden, dirt path. Of course, because when you hit the gas, you lose your steering a little bit. But this way, there's almost no chance of the trailer. Let's see how close it is. Not even remotely close to falling off that bridge, right? So I think it's better to be safe than sorry. And once again, you want to stay as far to the left as possible in these tight turns. I probably should have got over a little sooner, but if you cut it too sharp, you'll end up getting stuck on the rocks. So you always want to be on the outside edge of the curve, right? That'll give you the most swing, if you will. And then if you have to, keep going straight to bring that trailer around, right? And then you can, once your tandems have cleared the obstacle, then you can come over. But the longer you stay wide, the farther over your trailer's going to get, right? Kind of cool to walk around this thing and see what it's all about. It's like there's a valve right there, and there's, I don't know, there's some lights on the top. Actually, there's two valves right there. Yeah, right now I got the heat on and I'm cooking. I don't like snow very much. I mean, I like the way it looks, but driving around it, it's for the birds. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a sneak preview of, for those of you that are here, threatening accident. Look at that, 4 oil barrels. So, I'm going to pick those up, and I'm going to bring them on a semi to Island Lake, right? Then I'm going to do the contest, and I'm also going to pick up the oil barrels from the competition, right? And just leave them there, like out of the spawn zone. And hopefully after the contest is over, there'll be 3 barrels left over to pick up and bring to the threatening accident. If not, I will have to reset the threatening accident. But as long as it doesn't require me to use the oil barrels from the actual contest, I should be able to deliver it the way I want to by parking a semi-trailer in the delivery zone and starting the truck with probably the white Western Star as a semi without the crane, right? This might be a little tricky here because I didn't take it wide enough, I don't think. So this is one of those cases where you just stay as far to the left as possible, right? For as long as possible without going over. And once you've cleared those rocks and stuff, then you can come over. So gotta be getting close, right? So here's a pretty long winding turn. We're going to stay to the left. Otherwise, we'll start getting up on that railing. So, you know, I'm going to move that. No, I can get around it. I can get around it. Alright, let's see how much fuel. Not much fuel left in that fuel carrier, but alright, and now we're gonna park this here. And we're just gonna I'm kind of afraid to pull it this way, but I just want to get it up far enough so that I can get to the winch point across the road. Alright, I think we're good actually. Let's go ahead and disconnect, and we'll go ahead and shut this off for a second. Change truck. And we'll go ahead and see if we can pull out of here. All-wheel drive. Can't see where I'm going. I'm good. I thought there might have been a ditch there or something. How are we doing on fuel? Yeah, we got enough to get to the. We got enough to get to that fuel trailer. But yeah, I think that's a very good plan for the fuel barrels. Not fuel barrels, but oil barrels, because that's like there's no place to get them from like a warehouse or anything, right? As far as I know, at least on this map. So I think that's gonna be pretty good. Pretty good. And I was also thinking, since that fuel trailer, that fuel add-on on the TranStar is empty, I'm probably gonna leave it empty, right? Because that'll probably be like the last vehicle I bring over with fuel. Because this will be the first one I bring over with fuel. Then I'll bring over the GMC once I've found the all-wheel drive gearbox. I mean, I might bring the Kodiak first, because I think the all-wheel drive for the GMC is not until I hit what do I have to hit? I have to hit the Russian, no, not the Russian, yeah, Lake Copt, which is Amandra, is that right? I forget what that region's called, but I believe that's somewhere on the first map. So I've got 5 more minutes left. Let's see if I can at least get to the fuel trailer. Okay, come on. Okay, we're gonna have to do some creative winching here. That's good. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I'm addicted to that. Well, it's kind of pissing me off a little bit, but I'm addicted to the Gold Rush series. And my Xfinity app won't let me watch the second half of Season 9 because it has to be, I have to watch it from my home Wi-Fi, which if I'm home, why would I use a freaking app? It doesn't make any sense. But I guess for some licensing agreement, they don't let you. They probably want me to buy the series or something. You know, whoever owns it, Discovery or Gold Rush or whatever. But I'm just amazed at the ingenuity of these guys. Like one example, this guy broke a pin off of a front loader, right? It's the attaching pin that's like, I want to say it's like 8 inches in diameter, but I think it's more like maybe 6. That's what she said. And it snapped right in half, right? And so the pin is like $600 for one. But even if he had, you know, well, the guy has $600, so that's not a problem. The problem is being in the Yukon. It's not just simple to run to the store and grab it. You know, you have to have it flown in or whatever. And sometimes that can take up to, you know, like a week or something to get it rushed to you, right? So what he did was he tacked it together, like, so it was, you know, straight. Then he ground down the middle part on like a makeshift lathe. And then he welded in the new material in between that. Getting dangerously low. And then once he had the material welded into it was a pretty deep beat, right? Once he had the material welded back in, then he ground it down and polished it, and it looked just like the original part, right? It was amazing. And of course, you know, it took like 5 or 6 hours to do the repair, which, you know, for that time, the wash plant was down the whole time because they couldn't feed the plant. So, even though he was losing like $1,200 an hour or whatever, being down for only 6 hours really saved his bacon, because, I mean, think of how bad it would be if he was down for, you know, a week. But that's also assuming that he couldn't get a backup front loader from the like rental store that's in town, right? So sometimes I think they make the stuff a little more dramatic than it needs to be, but it's also cool how they come up with fixes. And then there was also, they were reassembling a dredge, and the main beams that the stack, for lack of a better term, sits on, they weren't quite square anymore. So he made some guide pins that were just metal, like thick metal, like, I don't know how to describe it, like a funnel, right? That he tacked on, he welded, he didn't tack because it's a very heavy piece of iron. And basically, they guide the I-beams down to meet with the I-beams that are already attached to the dredge. So it was quite amazing that they were able to drop the crane, or, you know, drop that piece straight down onto those I-beams, and how it lined up so perfectly. It's just stuff that you don't really even think about. All right, so that's it. We're sitting at 30 minutes. We're gonna finish this episode. Finish this in the next episode. Let's go. Just go ahead and stop the engine. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Thank you.